So I'm intentionally trying not to get these people's license plates or address. But if you look up the hill right there is a fig tree, and it goes at least 10 feet higher than their roof. So we must be looking at maybe a 25-ish feet tall. Oh, we got snow just now. And then for this property, this is what the soil looks like. Actually, I'll do it on the other side of the street since it's actually my buddy's property. This right here is what and it's just it's ground up granite, decomposed granite. That's it. So that's what the fig tree, that fig tree up there, is doing. But we're gonna walk over here into my buddy's property. He's got this thing for sale right now. So I've been taking care of this property for the last 8 years. It burned down in 2018. This is all lemon balm. That right there is the elderberry bush that I started off with. That one's a wild plum. I need to pull out the wild plum that's down here. That one is a black locust. This is a spring well over here. This happens whenever the rain happens. This thing gets full. It's an 1860s well. This is all elderberry. That one's a wild plum. Walking this way. So a bunch of these elderberries, I took branch cuttings and just shoved them in the ground and multiplied the branch cutting, multiplied the trees by probably 10 times what it was. So when I talk to Mike, I tell him that we've got boulders that are around our fig trees and it makes them grow faster. This fig tree would have been huge had I not been cutting it back. But these boulders make the fig trees, the places that I've seen them, they grow 3 or 4 or 5 times faster than the places that don't have the boulders. I think it's because the sun starts warming up the ground earlier in the year because of those boulders, and it's getting the roots of those trees motivated, and they come out of dormancy earlier. It's probably the reason why we get 3 crops of figs out here. So I'm going up to the next place now. Oh, I should have done the soil over there. Oh well. So you guys know how I told you this is part 2, that I did this video earlier today. Well, since then, this is what happened while I was back at the house, is we got all the snow around us. Hasn't quite made it down to us yet, but it's getting there. So right now, that's Highway 299. That's Shorty's Restaurant, or Deli. We're at High Street and Buell. And there are almond trees all over this whole area. That's what all these pink blooms are. But I'm going to walk you up here. We're going to take a right onto the historical property, and I'm going to go show you guys some more fig trees. So we are walking off of High Street. That's the fire department down there where the truck's at. All of these little guys are almonds. And they are everywhere in this whole area, up and down the whole, so the whole town was only 3 streets wide in the 1860s. Still only technically 3 streets wide. But I'm gonna go 4-wheeling. Let's go down the hill. I'm off the trail. So, we're gonna go this way. If you look down here, that's the Old Shasta Historical the Old Shasta ruins. That is the oldest active Freemason lodge on this side of the Mississippi. Western Star Lodge number 2. So right now we are up these stairs behind the ruins, and we're going over here to the corner. We're gonna find these fig trees real quick. Those are not figs. And those are not figs. And those are not figs. There's another almond and another almond. Where did the fig trees go? Oh, I see it. So they just did a huge clean out of all the brush down here. And they cut back the fig tree because that fig tree used to cover this whole area all the way down to here. So this little guy, and I do say little because I'm going to show you in a few minutes much bigger trees. That's how big of a stump they've been cutting these guys off at. So from this fig tree right here is the backside of the ruins, and right there is the museum. So the next stop is up past where the UPS truck just turned out. So from the museum right here, I'm going up to where the brown sign is up here. So my neighbors that live over here, they come over and they go for walks all the time. Up on top of those hills are old gold mines into the side of the hill. But these neighbors said they have so many figs that they cannot give them away. I've heard that so much that when I just started this video, one of the neighbors walking by, I mentioned what I'm working on, and she said, "We've already got so many figs, we can't give them away." I said, yes, that's kind of the objective, to try and figure out how to get those figs into other people's hands. So right here, where you see the sign for Whiskeytown is 5 miles away, Weaverville 39 miles away, and Eureka 140 miles away, there's this little driveway that goes off the side. And right here is Washington Brewery. This is one of the beer manufacturers in 1855. Andrew Schuler. So where we're going is right there's the only almond tree in town that the squirrels don't mess with. I can come over here and get almonds during the year, but there's probably 500 or 1,000 trees easy in town. But from this almond tree, I'm going straight down here next to Washington Brewery. And this is another fig, or several. These are really good. I've had them during the year. So these are legit the old fig wood that's still there. I can show you over here in a second. Oh, actually, I should show you the soil over here. This stuff is really wet because we just got the rain, but it's dark. It's a darker brown. It's got a lot of the natural materials in it for making it into compost or into better soil. We have wild roses everywhere. Okay, I'm about to go around the building and I'll show you another fig tree real quick. It's got some more dead branches on it too, that you can tell that these are like really old trees. When I say really old, you'll see the girth on one of them in a couple minutes, and it had so much weight that it split in half. So right now we're behind Washington Brewery. Oh, there's a way to look in here. This is what it looks like under the brewery. Oh no, this is what it looks like inside the brewery. It was 2 stories tall, I guess. Oh, that was the brewery. But over here, this is another fig tree. You can see how big around the limbs are and the trunk. Little creek that is inside the middle of the museum's property. Oh, that one's a elderberry. But see these figs? They're coming off of this old tree and that old tree, and it's definitely lost a lot of its height over the years. And even these branches are so brittle that some of them are breaking apart. But when you trace this up and then back down, these buds right here are brand new and are still doing fine. All of these. But even the stuff on the ground, there's still a bunch of these on the ground that still have buds on them. Okay, so this is an old tree that doesn't get a lot of attention, but still figs. That's what these guys are. And these things are laying over on their sides. Okay, this is the last one at this spot. I'm about to head way up there, and I'm going to show you some of them up there. I'll go down into the historic area in a few minutes that still has a couple of the older houses. But I'm going to walk down here past the museum and show you another big tree. So this is Old Shasta ruins. And that one is Bull, Baker and Company. If you go on, sorry, truck passing. If you go on eBay, you can still find bottles from this company, the Bull, Baker and Company, and ads and that kind of